Yeah, we certified. Go and check the list.
Yo, this is Stay to the Point Radio on WFPS 981dual.com. I am your host, Sire Wave. And
Fuego Beast, my bad.
And that is the
for you. That's the same thing I used to do to everybody else.
Yeah, that's that's the birthday boy or the old head or which whatever you want to call it, dinosaur, whatever you want it is, bro.
I'm on the side of 30 now, buddy. I ain't going front.
Yeah, man. You
coming?
Oh, I'm coming. Pause. Yeah, I'm right behind. I'm right behind. Pause.
I came.
Pause.
I came in. I came inside.
See, that's that shit.
I came in their face. All right, let me stop. I'm going too hard. Yo, all over the place.
Whoa, yo.
Remember how my man got electrocuted in Home Alone? Somebody said that when the face is that good, and he turned into a skeleton. Like, it was funny as hell. Anyway, we're back for another show. That's what we do.
Facts. This is another show, and as you can see, we are missing a host, the cutest one out of all of us, and that is Chandra. Pause. That is Sean. She is pretty much hosting another event.
A nice art show, yo. That everybody, if y'all in the area with North Carolina, y'all need to go in, check her out. Go on her page. I'm sure she got information. But if y'all never went to one of those like the nighttime art shows, it's dope. I will tell a story. No, I'll say it real quick. I stumbled up upon one. We were looking for something else. Went in that joint. All of a sudden, I look over. I'm like, why these dudes smiling and taking pictures on the low? Yo, it's butt naked art. I mean, it was butt naked. I mean, they came out there butt naked, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know. We trying to find. And I just stopped talking and just smiled.
Oh man, that's crazy.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Chandra.
Yo, I should be some body art myself, yo. I'm gonna create like just come up in front of my front lawn and just be.
That dude said I'm gonna go out there with my balls. Remember my man John Witherspoon? He said the ball and dick game. Ball go one way, dick go the other one.
Oh, look, he got it.
I'm choking on my spit.
He got that smoking choking. He got that smoker choker.
I drank. I swallowed my spit and shit got caught.
Whoa.
But yes. Stop. There's all kinds of shit going on today.
Yo, there's all types of news going on these past few days. It is the NBA trades. Breaking news from yesterday, because there's no breaking news if it was yesterday. Porzingis got traded to the Mavericks, okay, for a Dennis Smith Jr., Matthews, and a Jordan.
And not Michael.
And not Michael. No, definitely not Michael. DeAndre Jordan. On an expiring contract, he probably gonna be there for that little bit of left, and he's out.
And then he's gonna lie and say he's gonna go to one team and then re-sign with another one. That's what he's gonna do.
And Porzingis went with Tim Hardaway and Courtney Lee over to the Mavericks. At first, as y'all can see in my previous videos on Stay to the Point, at Stay to the Point on Instagram, make sure you follow. I kind of snapped off because I'm known for the Knicks to make effed up moves because they known for it. You know what I'm saying? They known to constantly make these dumbass moves and so I automatically just went out and shot out. Pause. So I backed up and I really thought to myself, I'm like, wait, the Knicks didn't do so bad. They didn't do. I took a few steps back. They rolled the dice, and I understand that maybe there's something that we don't know that they know. So maybe like a KD
or Kyrie.
Or Kyrie.
Because that's not out of the work. Everybody thinking, oh, LeBron, Kyrie. Nah, man. One thing LeBron has taught these guys is never give him anything. Because you never know what LeBron going to do. Only thing we knew he was going to do was his last move. We kind of all figured that.
Right.
This last move. But before, nah. So Kyrie may be up there, and I would love to see KD, Kyrie, and then if they get the pick. But see, this is the thing. You can only get KD. This is because they're talking to Anthony Davis as well. Because they say that they're not going. You know why? New York is in the running for Zion. If I'm New York, I can't go with AD because I'm gonna lose that pick. Because you know for a fact, Pelicans gonna be like, nah, we want that pick. We want your top pick. We gonna take that shit, and we might take Jordan or somebody else and some other, but we want some assets, some money, and all of that. So I wouldn't gamble with that. But in reality, they can just chill, take a loss this year, whatever, get who they got. They can have the pick possibly for Zion and get Kyrie and KD. I like that team right there. I like that core. Young dudes, except for Durant 30, but still, you got some young heads.
Well, if you check the numbers, man, the Knicks got I think they said 8%, 14% chance of getting a number one pick, first and foremost. So I don't think the Knicks are even going to come close to getting a Zion. So let's throw that out the door. Cleveland Cavaliers is going to get Zion because they're going to be trash. They're going to be trash. This whole season, they're going to be just trash, okay? Cleveland is going to get them. So they pretty much bump into the closest LeBron. Okay, so then again. So I think that's what's going to happen. I don't see Cleveland Cavaliers trading out of that pick. But what I looked at was, okay, well, the Knicks know something that we don't know, and I think they have a connection with KD.
Keep going. I got something real quick. Keep going.
I think they got something with KD. Okay, I think KD is in talks with New York. There's a connection. I think the GM himself actually recruited KD back in Seattle Supersonics, which, so that connection right there, I think they're already in talks behind closed doors. So with KD coming aboard, they pretty much saying, hey, you could pick whoever you want. We got this second max contract. We could give that person whoever you want. And I think Kyrie Irving might entertain that. If it's not Kyrie, it's definitely another, maybe like a Jimmy Butler or maybe like, Kawhi possibly, but I think Kawhi really might go to the Clippers. I know he's definitely out of Toronto. I don't see Kawhi really staying. But him going to the Clippers is most likely going to happen. He wants to come back to LA. He's definitely not going to the Lakers because he doesn't want that, that tension with him and LeBron. I don't think KD, you can forget about it. He's not coming to the Lakers. But I know AD is definitely coming to the Lakers. I know he just came out recently on ESPN talking about how it's his time. He really wants to go ahead and create his legacy. He wants to build his legacy. He says he's at his prime right now. And he's like, not for anything, but I pretty much wasted 6 to 7 years of my career at a place that wasn't moving. So let me get the hell out of here and get into a championship contender. And that championship contender most likely will be LA. He's kind of being nonchalant, saying not specifically of what team he wants, but let's be realistic here. Okay? He said he's entertaining the Knicks. Really? So you're going to get with a guy, possibly KD. Okay? That's a great move. And yes, it's in the Eastern. And yes, you most likely going to get to the finals. But is KD and AD enough? With the duel that they have in New York, I doubt it. So AD knows he has a better opportunity to swing over to the Lakers because with that, you have potential dope young role players that could roll with him versus him going to maybe, let's say, again, KD to the Knicks. It just doesn't make no sense because this AD going to the Knicks with KD.
see the thing about it with me is that if the Lakers get them, they got to get rid of all them young assets. That's the problem that they're gonna. That's what people they're gonna want to do. They're not gonna be able to keep. I just have a feeling they're not gonna be able to keep none of that. Like real shit. I don't think they're going. I honestly don't think the Pelican. Now what might happen is what Stephen A. said. He might get traded by next Thursday, but not to like New York or somewhere, right?
Right.
But then he might not stay over there because he said he's not re-signing with nobody. That he, as far as that goes, that's what he was saying.
Well, I don't know if you seen him recently. He actually stepped out and spoke on it. He said that, hey, I never said that I'm prefer the Lakers, or he pretty much said it. He kind of downgraded. I'm not preferring anybody. I'm just letting the Pelicans know because they did.
I think I did my time.
Right, and they were open arms with me, the fans, the franchise, and I'm pretty much letting them know ahead of time, a year and a half. Know that ahead of time that, hey, I am not signing, I'm not staying. So you have, pretty much 1 year with me. If you don't, so if y'all want to make this move so y'all could get y'all the best foot forward without me, by all means. So he's not picking a team, but let's be realistic here. He definitely does want to prefer to LA. He's just being political.
Did you see what Anthony Davis's pop said?
Nah, I didn't see that.
His pop said this, quote unquote, to ESPN. I would never want my son to play for Boston after what they done to Isaiah Thomas. No loyalty.
Oh.
The cats don't know that loyalty is big. And when I say that, I'm talking about with the organization. They want to always talk about, and this is what I hate with people. They want to talk about loyalty to the team, to the fans. But when are they loyal to you at any point? Look at what they did to Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins was a prime example that he came off of a damn championship. If he didn't get hurt, it would have been a second championship for Boston in 2 years, back to back. I really don't believe the Lakers would have beat them with Metta or with Artest if he was healthy. Because no way Kobe gets all them rebounds over big man. Perkins that was vital. So he gets shipped over to OKC. And that made that dude break down and cry because he loved the city of Boston. That's how loyal that's why I said when y'all get mad at LeBron and KD and all, how you gonna get mad at him? Y'all not loyal to him. Your owner will trade them when they're done with them.
It's business. It's business. At the end of the day, players is business. The organization is business. So, and you know what? Have you heard Sir Charles talk about this? Mm-hmm. Did you hear his whole idea of why it's the Lakers' fault that he wants to stop the trade? He wants Anderson. What's my man's name? The commissioner, Adam Silver, to block the trade. He wants them to block the trade. Have you seen that?
Who said that?
Charles Barkley. Yo, I'm about to put it on. I'm about to put it on right now. Check it out.
Let me say this too. Adam Silver needs to block that trade.
Why?
I don't like what the Lakers are doing. I don't think it's right. I don't
What
think
the Lakers are doing?
Yes, I don't think.
What did they do?
With collusion, like it's collusion. How's it going to work? Because listen. How's it going to work
when you're sharing agents?
Listen, let me tell you something. Rich Paul got mad at me because I said a month ago. I said, the picture's in. Anthony Davis going to the Lakers. This before all this rumors started. And he said, Charles, he didn't like me saying the picture's in. The picture's been in. I think Commissioner Stern, who I like a lot, need to come out and say, hey, we can trade Anthony Davis, but he cannot go to the Lakers. We cannot have
Commissioner Stern, he ain't in anymore.
The stack super team. Adam Silver needs to say, Anthony Davis, we love players. We can't have players dictating who go play together.
So,
no, he's hating because he don't want nobody to win because he ain't winning. That's what it is. That's what it is with him. I don't give a fuck what y'all say because he has no problem. He ain't bitching. He did, but he ain't bitching that much about how fucking Cousins and all them got over there. He dictated where the fuck he wanted to go. They fucking talked to KD in the parking lot and was courting him. They said that Draymond's been talking to KD since freaking February of that year before they lost to the Cavs. Y'all forget about all of that, but that's okay. This the hate. It's just the hate. He don't want to see. He don't want these young dudes to get no ring.
And
He
this,
ain't get no ring.
and this is my thing. Like look. First and foremost, I'm gonna start like this. I'm gonna build that person up to knock him down real quick. Okay, Charles Barkley is one of the legends. I salute Charles. Okay, obviously he's one of the 50th greatest players in NBA history. Okay, everybody knows Sir Charles for being the bully in the court, for being a hell of a leader, a hell of a sergeant out there on that court, a general. I salute him for his game. But at the end of the day, his thought process, his analogy, I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. It's just completely wrong. Like, why would you getting mad because the players are running their own business? So you rather have the owner just enslave these players, pretty much use them up, then throw them away, like you said about Isaiah Thomas, like you said about other players that like the Vince Carters and all this. Like, look at what the Raptors did to Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what these freaking teams do to players. They use them up, and as soon as their market is not building off this one player anymore, they ship them out. So LeBron, okay, I mean, I think there's other players before LeBron that created their own wave. Like Michael Jordan created his own contract. He made it. He's the first one to have signed a contract for 1 year for what, $25-35 million for 1 year. Okay, because he created his own number, because he created his own brand. Who didn't want Mike? LeBron James. He kept things quiet. He did his things behind closed doors. And when he wanted to let it out, he let it out. It was just like let me throw this in there to just fuck up the whole world real quick. Have them going crazy off of what's the decision that LeBron's going to make. He stopped the whole free agency until he made a choice. Nobody was making moves until LeBron made his choice. And then he taught other people like a KD, like a Chris Paul, like a James Harden and all these other guys to, hold off. Demand these things. You the player, you bring the money. You the one that you bring these fans to their seats, not these owners. Not these owners. These owners just put the building up. Shit, we could play out in the park right now and we fill up the park. Come on, man. And we sell these tickets by ourselves. Man, and that's the thing, especially Charles, and not to bring race into this, for him to be a black man, to be downgrading another black man because he's making his own. Come on, stop it. He talking about how it's a colossal because of the fact that Rich Paul is an agent towards LeBron and AD, and he's running the puzzles behind closed doors. A super team.
Did you, like I said, do you check with everybody? These players shouldn't be able to. What do you mean they shouldn't be able to dictate where they go? How do you sound? You're like a fucking idiot.
Facts.
How you gonna tell me when I can't choose where I go to work? Does that sound Donald Trumpish to you?
It sounds.
I mean, are you serious? Does that sound like you were straight up slavery? I don't care if they're making millions of dollars. That's the point. They shouldn't be. Nah. Get out of here.
Charles a coon to the game, bro. He is a coon to the game. He reminds me. I put him in the same category as Skip Bayless, Jason Whitlock, the other dude, Rob Parker. These cats. Oh my.
Punch him in his face.
Bro.
I don't even like. I could deal with Whitlock more than I can deal with him.
Fam, he speaks no facts at all. He goes off a straight bias. He doesn't like people. He speaks on it. No matter what they do, no matter how good they do, whatever the case is, they don't bring numbers. They don't bring stats. They always constantly bring their own biased opinion. And people, and see, I understand entertainment. You have to have the bad guy. Understandable. Every superhero has a villain. If they didn't have a villain, it'd just be boring. Nobody's watching it. I understand that. But at the end of the day, you also selling out to these companies, these networks as well. You selling out. Now people coming at you like you are this person, but I'm not really this person. I have to be that person to make money. So you telling me you selling yourself out to be another person on TV? Come on, stop it, man.
They actors.
Stop it, man.
And that's my whole thing.
Stop it, man.
That's my whole issue.
So all right, AD came out, said that he just wanted to give the warning out. Now Kyrie comes out and says, I don't owe nobody shit. Tells me
I don't owe nobody shit.
nothing.
He said, talk to me, ask me July 1st.
Ask me
what I'm gonna do.
Ask me July 1st. So Kyrie is already backtracking from what he said on that arena before it started. I think it was preseason.
Because I told people that when they talk like this, because the same thing LeBron did when he was, I want to bring a ring to the city. Everybody does shit to pump up the crowd. You know, that high school football team that we used to go to high school, they were like 1 and something, 2 and something.
Right.
But they would pump you up like they was the best, because that's what you do at pep rallies. That's what you do.
Right.
You pump people up, and that is a pep rally. Anytime you're out there. There's no political statements. They say whatever to make the crowd cheer. You think if they say, well, this season we have Gordon Hayward coming back, I'm coming back off an injury, so we may not make the conference. Are they really going to say that dumb shit?
I mean, I think that's just, it's crazy, man. It's truly crazy. I don't understand it. I don't get with it. I can't get with it. But I think Kyrie, there's a slim chance that I think he might be going to the Lakers, because
I would like it.
I
didn't want them to break up.
There was conversation already. All right, AD, let's be realistic. He's going to LA, okay? Kyrie, I think I think Kyrie is in talks with LeBron and AD already on this shit.
Think about it. Think about this for a second. Kyrie 25, AD 25, LeBron 34. LeBron is out in 3 years, essentially. 2 years at probably playing like he does. 3 years, giving you something, 15 points, 12 points, probably more assists, rebounds, hustle, and then that's it. So you talking about in 3 years, they'll both be 28, young as shit. And they can still go on. And they can still, so now the team becomes theirs. That becomes Kobe and Shaq.
That's what I was just about to mention. That's what I'm
drama, because I don't think that AD is that full of himself as Shaq was.
And this is how beautiful the puzzles are fitting here. Who's the GM?
Magic.
You got Magic, you got Rich Paul, you got Braun, you got Kyrie, and you got AD. You see the connections are coming. The puzzles are fitting together. The only one that could cop block this whole situation is a KD. The only one. Because let's be realistic. Kawhi Leonard, he's the choir boy. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. He just goes. Okay? He does whatever he wants to do, and I respect that. Jimmy Butler, we don't know what Jimmy at. We don't care what Jimmy do. But Jimmy is not in that status anyways. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not a big, I'm not that high up on Jimmy like everybody else is like Paul George is better.
Clay,
in my opinion.
Clay
better.
Clay is not going nowhere. He's staying to Golden State. Let's be realistic. All that news that's popping up, talk about if he don't get the max, he's going to look at the Lakers. Stop it. He's going to get the max. He's going to stay in Golden State with Stephen Curry because then it's marketable. It's the Splash Brothers. Where is the NBA going to now? 3-point shooting. It's not all about dunks anymore. It's 3-point shooting. They are marketable. They are going to do a business decision.
Think about this, though. Now, let me say this. Say they don't offer him the max. Because remember, you're probably not going to keep Boogie. You might. But you got KD to pay. You got, you're paying Steph. You got to think about Dre. Obviously, Dre is the least of all of them.
He could go.
I'm just saying how they feel, right? You have a cohesive unit together that has been playing together, that know what's up, all that sort of things like that. But at the end of the day, Clay will have, I'm firmly believing that some catastrophic happens, Clay will have 4 rings. 4. They will have 4 rings, 2 rings less than Michael Jordan. Now, obviously, we never compare that to Mike because to me, they ain't work hard for it like Mike. Okay, 4 rings. Why he need anything else? Now get money. Get money. Start getting on or just making a name for yourself. But he may not. He may say, you know what? I'm gonna play with Golden State. I think he will. I think he'll stay. I want KD. This is what I want. I want Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Lakers. Okay? Or Kyrie and KD in New York. Or I'll say, and I want Kawhi and KD. If KD is not in New York, I want KD to go to the Clippers with Kawhi. I want to spread the fucking the talent around a little bit more. So we go in there and we don't know who's gonna get it. We like, oh shit, this could be Utah. He ain't come up. No, so I want, what I've always said is I want 2 stars and a coming up all-star. So that's why I said that's what I'm talking about. So like when you have 2 superstars like Russ and PG, I would put a guy on that team that's on the come up, or that's somebody that's like right a tier below all-star level with them.
Right.
That fits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't need 4 superstars on one damn team or nothing like that.
No. And I don't think it's possible. Like, all right, Golden State, yeah, well, that's why that situation is different, because they drafted well, and they were able to sign a KD and a DeMarcus Cousin that was injured on a low contract. That's the only reason they pretty much got into the luck trade. But that is one in a blue moon. Like, you would never really see that fall into place like that in a long time. I'm gonna be straight up. Now, I could see what you saying with a Kyrie and KD, but you can't see a Kyrie, KD, and an AD on one team because it's too much money in that mix. Like the LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh. They were taking pay cuts to make that happen, and they got a whole bunch of old role players around them and a whole bunch of, not a bunch of young players, but a few young players off the draft, like a Chalmers and a Cole. And then they had a whole bunch of expired contracts like a Shane Battier and Ray Allen. You see how that particular team would not possibly work the way it did in Miami. You won't see that much happening like that with a LeBron, D-Wade, like how that was assembled the way it did. KD can't do that. KD has to leave Golden State. See, my thing is, I think KD is hating the fact that he got called on and he got exposed by Draymond Green and saying, you ain't committing because we the ones that were here first. You came to us. And that got to him, and he already knew that, and he got stamped on the spot on that bench that day.
But you know what? I think KD is too weak mentally to try to prove that wrong, because if he doesn't, this could be true what Draymond said. It's gonna be true.
My thing is, no, I disagree. I disagree. What I'm saying is he's gonna jump out the window with it. He's going to say, F y'all, I could do this. Meaning, not saying that he can. Not saying he can. He can't or he can. Is that he's just so high-headed and he thinks he's it. He thinks he's better than Braun. He wants to be number one. And people still to this day just talks about LeBron, even when they had right now, what, 9th? 10th?
They hate 10th.
They Golden State number 1, and look at what they talk about. LeBron coming back from injury and winning the game in the Clippers. Okay? And then I know KD, I know his ego was messed up when LeBron beat him the first time. Okay, in his house. And he was hurt third quarter. He got hurt in the third quarter, so the rest of the Lakers took over. And
here's my thing. I say this.
Come on.
There's a level of jealousy there with KD, no doubt.
Facts.
I'm just saying that I do not think he's meant, because look at that. You said you was gonna smash LeBron's moms and holding up pictures of Delonte West doing all like that. Every single arena booed LeBron. Every single arena but Miami. Every single arena booed him like you never heard before. He still dropped triple doubles, double doubles, 25 and 8, 45, 51, 60. You know what I'm saying? KD went 1 for 13. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes me know he can't do that. When they say LeBron ain't mentally tough, it wasn't that LeBron's not mentally tough. It's that LeBron overthinks shit because he's trying to play basketball the right way. And others just don't give a damn. They just going out there to shoot.
Right.
And they don't care. They'll live with it any day.
Right.
If they miss it, they miss it. Who cares? He's trying to find the right play to make so he can get that score.
Facts.
But yeah, KD, I just would love to see the talent spread. It's not about teaming up with your homeboy to make a big two. It's you saying that you with a team that you have 4. I don't give a fuck if it's organically made. They got traded like 8 years ago. I mean drafted like 8 years ago. That shit don't play no more. Come on now. Oh, I got drafted 8. That's like me saying, okay, you used to be 304 pounds. I used to be 408. And then me and you playing 2-on-2 with cats. And now, or we racing cats, right? We couldn't beat them. But now we in the gym. 5 years later, we chiseled up like Tyson Beckford and we running like Michael Johnson, right? And we still say, well, we used to be 304. The fuck, you ain't that no more, nigga. You ain't the same Steph Curry that was drafted in like 08, 09. That's not you. Right. So get off that. That's done. Yes, you did do this, but that doesn't escape the fact that you are now a superstar now. And you added 2 more superstars on your team. It's not like they were superstars, added these players, and they all came up together, all of them. No, they didn't do that. Stop lying to yourselves.
Facts.
So that's it. I want to say real quick, shout out to DMV Studios. I'm trying to let y'all know. I'm going to be in there probably not next week because I got to talk to you two. I got a Wizards game. I got a free ticket, yo.
Ooh.
Got a free ticket. It's just the Wizards and the Cavs. But you know what? It's promotion. It's Wizards and Cavs. Next week in D.C., that's where I will be promoting what we do.
Facts.
Now, we're saying that the next week, we're going to see me in DMV Studios, show y'all around, tell y'all what's up. But if y'all interested in podcasting, please hit us up. You can hear my man, Lotto. Go to the site, dmvstudios.com. You know the number is up there. You can hit DMV Lotto up. We got the Instagram, all of that. But I'm telling y'all, go in there now. Even if you do a tour, check it out, and you're going to want to stay there.
Facts. Yeah, and they do also studio time too. So if all y'all artists, R&B, hip hop, country, doesn't matter. They have a professional studio. It's not a hole in the wall. It's not somebody's grandma's house. It is an actual studio. Okay, it's a building, and it's beautiful in every way. Like it's very legit. They will mix it, master it right there for you. Make sure you check out DMV Studios, and let them know the boys from St82dapoint Radio has sent you. So we're going to move on, man. No commercials today. My boy's birthday today. I ain't trying to hold nothing back. All-Star is right around the corner, February 14th, I believe. We got the dunking contest. My man Dennis Smith Jr. will be dunking. I'm excited for that. I know dunking contest is not as exciting until Aaron Gordon and my man homeboy, I forgot his name, from the Bulls. They did a great performance in the dunking contest. They actually did some stuff I've never seen before. It was good to see that. Now they also, who's performing is what I wanted to talk about. J. Cole and Meek Mills are opening up for the All-Star Weekend. Now, if y'all haven't heard, Meek Mills and Jay-Z are partnering up together to launch for the community, pretty much crimes and being misjudged, like what Meek was going through with that whole judge. So they got something going on business-wise that they're going to do. It's good to see Meek Mills like really growing the way he's doing, man. You can even hear it in his music. That man is like, he got a wake-up call. He definitely got a wake-up call. It's good to see him not, getting involved with his community. He's getting involved with just the positive things. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole doing some major things. You will see. Y'all already we talked about it. Dreamville is making a huge push. It's a lot.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all two things I say. I went online and I asked a question. Cause somebody, Culture Vulture, you know what I mean, Vlad TV, all that, said that he think that Jay-Z and all these other rappers come out, Kendrick and all of them. No, I'm sorry, Kendrick would take them out, Cole and all of them like that. So we started talking about Cole because I know that Chandra, your guy, I'm gonna tell you why I was listening to Cole and his words is cool. I don't like his voice. That's what my problem is.
You don't like a lot of people's voice, bruh.
But that's what makes it. That's what makes a record. Y'all listening to words. I'm listening to everything. When you make music, when you produce, you listen to everything. You ain't just listening to words. You're listening to how the words blend, how the music goes together, and he whines. I'm not the only person that said it. There's other people that said the same shit that put me in my mind, and I started listening. I said, yeah, that's why I'm not a big, huge, oh my God, Cole. That doesn't mean he's whack. That just means, and I'm not a fanboy of dudes either, because I'm a man. And how do I look? I keep saying that. You've never heard me rave about meth. Do I ever say anything about meth like that? But you know that's my favorite dude. But do I rave about him like that? Do I? You're real. Do I do that?
No.
That's why, because I'm a different type of dude. It's not saying you can and nobody else can.
Right.
Not saying that. I'm just saying his voice. But him and Kendrick are the same with that. I've never said that about other cats that rhyme. His voice doesn't do it for me. That's why. That doesn't mean he's not whack, but that wasn't my point. My point was saying is that how would he withstand? Would he be the king, as people were saying? He's the king now. Will he be the king in 96? Chandra, that's why I wanted her to come on. She said he would be in it, but she didn't just definitively say he would be. Because I'm talking about you over Prime Jay-Z, Nas, Pac, Big. You going through all of them. Would he be? I'm not answering the question. I'm asking.
Yeah.
Fans.
No, look, my thing about it is it goes back to what you just you made a I guess like a storyline where it's like, all right, if you were 400 pounds, 300 pounds, and now all of a sudden I was, I'm like, it's like going back, like, I used to be, like, you can't put J. Cole in a different generation. He is.
Well, how come?
Because first and foremost, he was brought up listening to these guys, the Method Mans, the Rap Mans, the Jay-Z's, the Nas. He listened to these guys.
I get you.
But even though you listen to these guys, even though I listen to these guys, if you listen to me rap, you might hear some similarities of like storytelling from the Nas and the way I maybe laugh or maybe say an ad-lib like a Joe Budden or even have an aggressive vibe like DMX. I might have those things, but majority of it is in this generation. I'm going off of the sound of this generation because of the producing, because of the engineering. Everything has changed. It's a change. The beats are different. The vibe is different. It could be a slight tone of a beat that changes a person's even thought process in writing onto a beat.
But see, what I'm saying is that's not what I'm saying. How can then, if that's true, then you should never have the conversation of the greatest of all time and put him or anybody in there. Same thing with sports. I would say that with sports too. The game has changed. So how can we compare a generational person as LeBron to Michael Jordan, or Michael to Julius, or Julius to, and keep going backwards? You can't then. Based on what you just said, you can't compare generation. I'm not saying I disagree, but you just said that.
No, you can't.
We should never hear that J. Cole or Kendrick or any of those guys, Eminem, is the greatest of all time. How can you be the greatest of all time?
You can't.
Don't compare.
You can't.
But we've said it. We've said it though. That's what I'm saying. All of us have said it. So that's why I said, how can we do that? We can't.
No, we can't. See, my thing is, no, you can't. But we spoke about this when we talked about the king of R&B. We broke it into generations.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying? So like,
but what I'm trying to say is that based on that, no. I'm saying based on, I'm not saying I disagree or agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying based on what you're saying is you're saying that you cannot compare.
No.
Now, the reason I will say I slightly disagree is because we're talking about impact. We're not talking about how you sound. we're not talking about, and we're talking about the impact. And I made the comparison when we were talking about Usher. I said Usher does not have the same impact on society the way Marvin Gaye had that. Today, Marvin Gaye has been, I'm telling you,
Right.
he doesn't.
Right.
So it's the impact. So that's where you can compare. We're not saying their sound, because the sound is not going to be the same. Because like you said, it's different. But impact-wise, and it's just a question. I have not listened and really focused on what J, because I think J. Cole, and I think Kendrick, I think J. Cole, Kendrick, Logic, all of those guys, those three guys, I think they would have a great impact in the 90s as well. So just because I say I don't like something doesn't mean I don't know what good shit is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like country music,
But
I know it's some country music sounds dope. I just don't. It's not my preference.
But that's what I was just about to say. It's not your preference. It's your preference. But at the end, but my thing is, there's no such thing as we could just name one. Obviously, we can't name one as the greatest rapper or the greatest basketball player or the greatest tennis. Personally, like me, like I hate to say it, but I could be I'll be realistic, like football quarterback. I would say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. And honestly, there's not too many people that can argue with me on that. Let's just be realistic here. And that's very, very, like, it's just like a Michael Jordan.
But how you compare that either? Because the game is different.
Right. So the minimum, like it just varies on the percentages, okay? But at the end of the day, there's going to be some type of negative towards that. Like 85% could agree, say yes, and then the other, 20 or whatever the case is. I know I'm off, but whatever.
No, I'm not
15.
The Knicks again.
So 20 could say no. Okay, well that 20 is a big time percentage here. Even if it was 5. It's still a percentage there. It's not unanimous. Like, it's not saying 100% that this is what it is out of the 7 billion people in the world. So, yes, of course, there's going to be a debate on everything. There's going to be a debate. And where it's coming from matters as well. See, me, I'm a little, all right, I'm not going to say I'm the biggest open-minded person when it comes down to music or basketball or anything like that. I don't think a lot of people are. Like, you can't be open to everything and be knowledgeable in any of them. Because if you open to everything, you are going to lose track on everything. You don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna say the disclaimer now. Let me explain to all artists real quick. When I talk, you can't tell somebody that their art is good, not good or bad. Art is not good or bad. I could throw paint on a canvas, and that's art. I could also draw a nice picture of Saya, and that's art.
Right.
So just because I don't like Kodak Black and don't think I'm not saying his art is bad. I'm saying what you're trying to make him be ain't what he is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So when I'm saying that now flipping it to like the Kendricks and the Coles, I told you, with me, it's very hard with me because, and this is just a personal thing, everybody knows about me. If people are on somebody's dick that much, it bothers me. I was not a LeBron fan until people started not fucking with LeBron like that, and I started seeing a difference. I don't like meat riders. Anybody. I don't care who you are. I just don't like it. That's just how I am. That doesn't mean that I will hate on them. I won't spew hate. I won't be like, oh, they're garbage. I won't do the things that others do about these famous guys and these artists and all of that. I won't be that critical.
Right.
What I'm saying, though, is that if I'm putting J. Cole and Kendrick and Logic and all of them back in what we think, because the golden age of hip-hop to some people is when it's in the 80s. If you ask some people, it's 79. What we feel like it's the 90s. It's from 90 about 2 to about 99. That's when we say was the best hip-hop. That don't mean that everybody, because the generation before us may beg to differ.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that if you put back in that 96, 95, when Bone Thugs and all of them was popping, how would he be ranked? That's nothing to answer today. That's kind of a poll question to ask people.
Right.
Because if you listen, and there's no slight on him, it's the same thing people say about LeBron. And that's why it's funny as shit. Not you, but that's why guys get me funny, because they'll say it about LeBron in basketball, how his competition is weaker. So you telling me Cole and them competition is heavy?
Not at all.
Kodak Black and all them corny ass dudes from the New York?
No, it's easy. No, it's easy. Right, but it's easy to separate that. Like, it's very easy to separate that. And what?
That's why you like him, because he's a breath of fresh air. That's the reason why.
Facts.
That's what I was trying to say. In the 90s, you may still like him, but you may not be in awe like you are now, because we heard shit that was so trash that even the young bloods is dope to me. When I hear it, I'll be like, oh shit. Back in the day, when they came out, I said, well, they turn this trash shit down. But now, since we have so much trash, anything sounds good. But I'm not saying Cole is anything, because he is fucking dope.
Right, he is. And yes,
I like his whole style.
I agree.
Like he's a normal
Listen.
dude. He's not a, you know what I'm saying, flashy and shit.
I agree.
I don't like that.
I agree I agree with what you're saying, because I'm getting your gifs here. Like, at the end of the day, Cole right now is a breath of fresh air. Kendrick Lamar, Logic, Joyner Lucas, of like, how you call it? I'm missing somebody. Even these young independent cats that a lot of people don't know. They got a female artist by the name of Snow the Product. She's dope. Token, he's dope. Like, these guys are very. They came from the essence of the 90s, of where you had to say something. You had to have some type of something to say. You have to, it makes sense. And look, listen, and my thing is, and what you also saying is, if these same people were back in the 90s, they would have got lost in the shuffle. That they would have been, but they would have just made the game even stronger. And that's what I'm saying, is the fact that, no, I'm not going to call J. Cole the greatest of all time. No, I'm not calling Kendrick the greatest of all time. I'm not going to call none of these people the greatest of all time, because at the end of the day, I might change my mind freaking 2 months from now. I might change my whole 5, my starting, my 10, my 5, whatever. It's going to change.
So with that said, because I like Snow the Product, and there's another chick. There's 2 chicks out there that's dope. There's another, I can't remember the girl's name. But my point is saying that, like with Snow the Product and all that, I'm looking at it, and when I hear people rap, the rap part is dope. It's the hip-hop part that I question. Because Snow the Product, I don't know her. I'm just making her as an example. There's people like her, whether it be white, black, or no other. She happens to be a white girl.
/ Mexican.
But that's why her name is Snow. Because of that. Okay? That's why I don't hate white boy the man, like white boy Eric. I look at you when I see white, I see pale. That irritates me sometimes, because it's like, but that's a persona.
Right.
Because that's fine. That's fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that with that said with her, I look at it differently, because now I take it to a business point. Is she believable? I'm not saying her. That's just an example. But when they rap, are they really believable and embracing the hip hop culture? Because I know rockers. I'm talking about guys that rock with Marilyn Manson that would kill the mic. My man Drew up here. He is a black pinning his nails. Black, like straight up Marilyn Manson weirdo. You think he might be transsexual? He will burn any mic up, and he is Asian. But do I believe he's embracing hip hop? No. He just knows how to rhyme. There's a difference, and that's why I say I'm so embraced in it. It's hard for me to let you in the door unless you're showing me all these qualities, and that's where we fall short. And I'm gonna say, just last thing I want to say, that's what I was saying. I'm not saying that the urban and the black and Hispanic community, not saying that they shouldn't let people in. I want it. I like it diverse. But what we need to do is realize that there's black people that do country music, but has country music changed? Do they let them in do they change their whole culture and what they do and start wearing skirts and shit like that? No, because country, they believe in guns, beer, and manly shit. But hip-hop, what is hip-hop?
We don't know.
You can wear skirts and shit and dresses. So we allow people to change our culture.
No,
that's a problem.
Well, hip hop is a lifestyle first and foremost. Like I don't consider what these young, like the Futures, the Amigos, and all that. I don't consider that to be even A$AP Rocky, and that's my guy. I think he could really rap, but he questions.
I like Rocky too.
He when it comes down to certain outfits.
Chris Brown, nice.
Chris Brown is sick.
Right.
Tory Lanez is sick, But my thing is certain things that these guys do put aside Chris, because Chris is R&B, but and Tory Lanez, but what they wear, they into a lot of German stuff. They're into overseas clothing and all that, and that to me is not not hip hop lifestyle. That's more like a punk rock rap lifestyle, or whatever they want to call that. That's what that is. But they not living the hip hop lifestyle. Let's be realistic here. Let's be straight up. That is not hip hop. That is something different. Amigos with the blouses and all that that feminine stuff with the little fancy bags and stuff, the little purses. That's a different lifestyle. That is not hip hop. It would never be hip hop. Whatever. Have somebody debate me with that. I promise you, y'all gonna lose. That is not damn hip hop. Okay, so. With that being said, shout out to DMX. He just got out of jail not that long ago. And I listened to the latest interview, man. That man is healthy. He's well. And you could tell his energy is just different, bro. He's in a positive. I mean, he still got the dog in him. He still got that, Yo, I just got so excited listening to X, man. X is the reason why I started writing in the first place. That is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Shout out to DMX, man. Truly shout out to DMX. I know we got off topic of sports, but I just want to throw this out there right quick. Who's your pick this Sunday? Quick.
Who's my pick or who I want to win?
Who's your pick?
I got to go with Tom, dog. I got to go with Tom. I mean, I don't want them. I want the Rams, but I can't go against Tom, man, because I've seen suspect defense. But if Sue can get loose, it's gonna go the other way.
If
who? Go with Tom.
If who could get loose?
Sue.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sue. Oh, yeah. Donna. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sue.
I know how to say it.
No, but the main guy is Donald. Donald is the one, the main, the big, the. So I mean, I think. And that's just not because I don't like Tom Brady. And it's not just because I just said he's the greatest of quarterback I ever seen in my whole life, okay? I think the Rams are going to take this. And why I say the Rams are going to take this, because at the end of the day, defense wins championships. Their defense is way stronger than the Patriots' defense. And if Donald could get loose, and Sue could get loose, then don't forget my man Tali.
Yeah, you talking about the cornerback, right?
Cornerback. You got they got a lot of weapons, bro. So you got that. You get Todd Gurley to go off with C.J. Anderson. If they get their running game going, bro, it makes them
I'm laughing at you. You know why I'm laughing? It's because I am nowhere near. I don't like anything to do with Boston or that side of town. So the Patriots are not my favorite guys. We done took them down. I can say so forever that when you play the Giants, you lose. Because I have two examples. I don't give a fuck how we did it. But you said mad ifs. So that's what I'm saying. That's my problem. But I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I pray I'm wrong.
Well, I'm going to a Super Bowl party that's full of Patriots. So it's like...
Dog, I had one girl that was a Patriot when Atlanta played them. Oh, we was getting her.
Oh, I remember. You told me.
Go home,
yeah,
dog.
you told me.
She called back and put it on speakerphone. And my man Charlie, shout out Charlie, diehard from Atlanta, diehard Falcons. The dude looked like he wanted to tear up. It was that bad, man. It was bad.
It was bad. Yo, so we about to go ahead and get into. See, I don't feel right getting into the man cave, bro. Without Sean. So I'm
right. No, we can skip it because I needed her opinion on that.
Okay, so we gonna skip that because I might have another question. So we're gonna have two questions next week on man cave. So definitely gonna be doing that. We gotta get into the what the Fuego. We gotta get into the what the Fuego.
No commercials?
No commercials, bro.
All right, I got you. No commercials. Commercial free. WFBS 981 Fuego Beats Radio. State to the point radio. That's what we do. And I don't know why I did all this, but I'm just saying, I'm feeling it. Shout out to JSNL. Jesse got some dope stuff. Yo, they already got everything. You can speak on that more because you've been a part of it.
Yes. Jesse got a book coming out. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but he been putting on Twitter anyways. He has a book coming out real soon. I'm going to keep every single one of y'all updated about that because I'm excited for my man. I know he has a lot to say, a lot to tell. I know he got an audio book coming out as well behind that. So if y'all guys don't like to read, for the people that don't like to read, ones that listen just to the audio, listen to the audio. Definitely check that out. And best believe JSNL has not stopped. So check out jsnlonline.com for all the latest clothes, for all the shirts, for all the fancy graphics and all. And you best believe Just Coach is right behind it. We coming on our way. And we might be even considering March launch. We'll see. We'll come in real soon, yo. We definitely coming real soon. Also, again, shout out to Impact Basketball, yo. Shout out to Impact Basketball VA. Make sure you follow them on Instagram too. They got a lot going on over there for these kids, man. They got some. They just did the tryouts. The warm-ups and all that. So, they getting their league started, man. It's a beautiful thing to see these kids growing and getting into the AAU and all this, man. You just never know. You might see the next LeBron coming out of that program, man. So definitely check out. If you want to put your kid into this program, check out Impact Basketball VA. If you're in the VA area, if you're not in the VA area, if you want to travel, by all means, make sure you check out Impact Basketball VA at Impact Basketball VA on Instagram. Make sure you check them out. So we're gonna get into this What the Fuego, man. My What the Fuego, 6ix9ine.
Yeah, man.
Had pleaded.
He
turned snitch. He turned to foreman. He told the shooter of who the shooter was and who did the robberies and who did all the crimes, and then also pleaded guilty. He took a plea deal. But for him snitching the way he didn't help his situation none. It looks like this man might get about 47 years in jail. I guess it took away 35 to life and just put him as 47 now, so he don't get life no more. But by the time he gets out, he's going to be around 65.
Let me be real with you. He's going to get off. He's going to get off, but you won't know because he's going to be in protective custody. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
The reason I say I could be wrong. I'm just playing. But serious.
No, you telling the truth.
You snitch, but you a gangster. How, if you thought he was a gangster with them damn Skittle-colored hair and shit, you a problem. Okay, you the real problem. If you thought this was real, I told y'all, man. I told y'all.
And it's sad he came. It's sad he came from Brooklyn, bro.
No, because that's the thing. He can't go back. He can't go back.
No, he can't. Hell no.
He can't.
Hell no. I mean, if it would have been like a little small town in Kansas, yeah, maybe. But like New York, oh, bruh, that's a no. That is a no. As soon as you snitch and that shit gets out, look at Frank Lucas. That man went into hiding in his apartment for years. He never came out.
He said he never came out.
You know what I'm saying? Never came out. He snitched on the whole squad. What do you think is going to happen now? Where social media is very heavy, where going viral is everything. Gives you the 15 minutes of fame. So you think as soon as they see you, they're going to turn their cameras on, aim that gun, and make it viral. Okay? That's what they're going to do. They're not only going to physically, and I don't wish that upon nobody at all. I hate to even talk about it, but I'm just speaking reality, okay? Like, they will go ahead and not only try to kill you, sir, but they're also going to try to embarrass you at the same time. Don't and put it on camera, put it to the world to see. So it's like putting the world on your block getting beaten to death. Or worse than that. Like it's just sad to say, man.
See, I'm a funny dude. Like I just leave notes like I'm in Scream or Know What You Did Last Summer, just for like 8 years. I just leave the notes. So every time you're looking, what the hell? Like I'm just on the 10th year, I might slap you in your face, and then I wait another 8 years and leave the notes. And on the next joint, I punch you in your mouth. And then
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm torturing you forever. Like I'm petty like that.
Yo, you do a punch by. So you run you run in all black, right?
Damn.
Punch him and then keep running.
Like, who the fuck is me? Was that 50? Let me stop. Yo, how the fuck do you get arrested for thrusting your face in butt cheeks? North Carolina, I have questions. Why are you doing this? The dude was threatened. He looked like, damn, I got caught. He got the damn I got caught face. Not the fact that something wrong with him. He got the damn I got. You know how when you know you in trouble and that dude, like, you're not scared, but you like,
Damn. I got
so you
caught.
mad you got caught for pointing your butt? I mean, your face in people's asses.
Yo, wait, so he randomly just put in his face in people's butts?
Yeah, in people's butt and women's butt cheeks.
Wait. Okay, I gotta know more. So, all right, so you telling me this man he walked in the store, okay? He walked in the store and he just see butt and then he just goes ahead and rubs his face in the butt?
Stephon Ryan Shuford was arrested on multiple counts of assault on a female and sexual battery, according to the press release. Police investigate 3 reports of a man inappropriately touching the woman. He's accused of sneaking up behind women and thrusting his face in their butt and licking their butts. So he was like, like he was all, like he how you gonna motorboat butt cheeks? You don't know where them butt cheeks been. Let me stop. But yo, you done licked butt cheeks and then you. So what's with you, man?
Bro,
Was it a bet? Was it a dare?
Damn, it must have been a big butt. My thing is, like, what about if that person just finished eating tacos
and farted or had diarrhea?
Is that
bad day? They had irritable bowel syndrome, and your ass put your face there, you nasty fucker.
And then at the same time, like, you surprise them too when you put your face in their butt. So
you know when you get surprised, when you be like, oh shit, like literally shit. That dude had a gooey ass face. That dude had a chocolate Hershey on his top lip. Like that ain't no chocolate Hershey smell like old butt. Get out of here, man. He said, I was just eating Snickers. Your ass was not eating Snickers. You were eating asses. That's what you was eating. You ain't no damn Snickers.
Snackers. No, Snackers.
But butt cheeks and shit, man.
But check it. Yo, young rappers, young artists, young rappers. I know there's a lot of ignorant rappers out there. There's a lot of ignorant rappers, and it's not your fault because it's at the same time it's where you grew up from, right? A lot of them are very ignorant. They very non-knowledgeable of what's going on in this world and in this business sense. So if you notice that you are not smart, business-minded, and you only have one thing and one thing only, you got one lane, and that's just to do music, make sure you trust somebody to handle the business for you. Don't all go out there thinking that you know what you're doing and you just pick up the first deal. You got this guy by the name of Blueface from the West Coast.
I know.
Blueface from the West Coast. Obviously, I know what he's a part of if his name is Blueface, okay? This man was on Breakfast Club. I haven't heard nothing he did. I honestly probably wouldn't like it anyways. Not to knock it, but I probably wouldn't, just the way he acts. I mean, I understand, but I agree with you on that. But I probably take a chance, though. I probably listen. I will, because I don't want to be that guy, though, where I don't even take a chance and not listen. So, anyways, he was on the Breakfast Club, okay? And they asked him, hey, yo, so, so you signed. Excuse me. So you signed. He was like, yeah, I'm signed to Whack 100 and also Cash Money West.
Yo, yes, that's the one you saw. Okay.
Okay, so I was like, and I continue to listen. He was like, okay, so you signed. So Charlamagne asks him, oh, so you signed. Do you know who you also signed to? He was like, no, I'm signed to. All I know is I'm signed to Whack 100 and Cash Money West. Now, I didn't even know there was a Cash Money West, first and foremost.
Man, I didn't know there's more Cash Money still was around.
Facts. Okay. Now, Wacko 100 is actually the manager of Game, and it looks like now now he went viral of getting on Instagram and doing all these little live videos. Now he wants to branch out and do his own thing. Okay. Now he got a label. Okay. Now, they don't know that Whack 100 is independent, but Cash Money isn't. Okay, Cash Money is under Republican Records. Is it Republic? Is it? Yes.
Republican Records. I was like,
oh, my bad.
No.
Facts.
No,
Republic. No, you're right. No, you're right. I did say Republican, but it's Republic. My bad. That would have been fire. That would have been fire, dog.
Executive producer Donald Trump.
My bad. Republic Records, okay?
Kanye on the beat. Anyway, go ahead.
They do the distribution, I believe. But they still part signed to them, okay? Or partnered to Cash Money. So, and it's supposedly Whack. It's not just independent. I thought he was, but he's also signed to another. So there is actually 4
labels. I just want to understand.
No, he signed to 4 labels.
If you sign, okay, first off, read your fucking contract because you about to get sued.
4 labels. My thing is, if y'all partner, look, this is my thing. If Whack is partnered with another label, right? Okay, I don't know what that label is. All I know is Whack 100, but if he's signed to he's part of a record label, and that record label pretty much gives him an advance to establish his record. There's a partnership there. There's a percentage there. So let's say that label right there, which is pretty much the head label, even though they gave him the advance money, is the head label. They probably get about 60%, and Whack gets the 40%. Okay, so then you got Cash Money. Cash Money, I think, get a bigger percentage, but they still partner with this Republic Records. They've been partnered with Republic Records since the Hot Boys, okay? But they have a bigger percentage, which is, I think it's 80%. But Republic still gets 20, okay? So let's do the math here. You got 60-40, you got 80-20. So now you got to break off all these percentages, and then it gets to you. Then the money gets to you. So at the end of the day, you are left with $5. If you think about it, let's not be exact. Like I'm just being dramatic here. But let's say it's $100,000 total with the sales and all. You left with $1. You see what I'm saying? Like, because you gotta, they get breaks off of you. So that label Whack 100 is getting a certain percentage off of you, right? And he has to pay his people. Cash Money gets a certain percentage off of you. And then they have to give their money to his people.
They bought him a pretzel and some Sprite and said, go over there. Yo, go in there and Ron.
Just,
pretzel
bro,
and Sprite.
They straight up put chains on him and say, dance for me. Dance. Now sing. You not going nowhere. And Wacko try to reply back, oh, he doesn't have a 360 deal. You supposed to say that. You the label. Man, shut up, bro. Like, y'all dudes just took advantage of some talent. I already know Birdman to do so. Birdman has a history of robbing people. And his dumb ass still got with Birdman.
The dumb ass people, yo. Dumb. Just dumb. And that's what I'm talking about. Speaking about dumb people, I'm going to say this. I always pick on people here. You know I'm gonna pick on Cardi B, right?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Her fans. Listen what the fans say. You even said something. Cardi B has been invited to the Democratic whatever.
I share that. I share that.
Yeah. She's probably not as dumb as you think. Oh yeah, because that's why they do. Because they know her super intelligence that they've seen. Shut up. Stop it now. I think the same thing. I think Cardi B is very smart. But that's not why they got her. But they get Daddy Yankee, did McCain get that? Because he loves reggaeton. Oh yeah. You know, McCain has been a fan, you know, from Don Omar and Fuego, you know what I mean? He's been a fan since, you know, 87. Like, shut up. He did it because they're popping now and they're trying to get the black and Hispanic young crowd.
Yes.
Please don't be blinded.
Yes.
Either one of the parties.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Cardi B is probably the smartest. Just like Kim Kardashian was going to be one of the damn, what was it? One of the, I forget what they're called, but like the, oh my God, diplomats. Kim fucking Kardashian, that I have never even heard her speak a complete sentence before. And you're going to tell me she's, yeah. You know, that's you know, Cardi B, her name might be Katrina Rodriguez. I'm just making, you know, that's her name. Yeah, Cardi B. Cardi B, you know, her, the way she does it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know,
wait, Katrina Rodriguez, though. Katrina Rodriguez, yo, that's fire. Yo, that's.
I don't know if that's her name or not. I forgot her real name. But I'm just saying, it'd be like that's how they be doing people. Well, you know, like you'll be hearing people hate on, and this is what I'm saying. It's not Cardi B I'm talking about. It's people like this. You're gonna start hating on people. They fucked up guys who cheat on their husband. You know, cheat on their wife. They fucking hate. I hate that. My husband better never cheat. I hate that. And then you have these people. Oh wait. Kobe Bryant cheated, but you know, let's Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant has better averages. What the hell I got to do with him cheating? He cheated, and he's scores better than LeBron. What does LeBron have to do with him cheating? LeBron was a kid when he cheated.
Yo,
he was a kid.
Yo, I'm gonna call this show Katrina Rodriguez, bro. I'm not playing, bro.
Cardi B, because you know the way Cardi B moves, you can tell she had advanced placement strippers. They only offer that at the best schools in the South Bronx. All right, let me stop. You know, Katrina Rodriguez. You know, she was that was her real name, but her mother wanted to name her Frances Monroe. But you know, because Monroe wasn't really.
Yeah, no. You know.
Why are you telling me all that? That's not why she was invited because of that.
You definitely don't want to put Monroe. Hey, Mr. President.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You like he gonna come there and she might strip.
Happy birthday.
I'm joking, Cardi B. I'm not making fun of you.
Yo,
Cardi.
real talk.
It's your fans.
Look. I love Cardi. I love Cardi for her attitude in some sense. I love that she is her and she's not trying to hide that from nobody. Love that girl.
She can scale back from doing the game.
Yes, and fighting and stop fighting for no reason just because somebody says something.
She was right to bust Nicki's head. I'm sorry. Am I wrong, Queens? Queens, where y'all at? Stand up. Y'all always get beat down. But all right.
Well, Nicki. Well, let's play the truth here. Nicki just mad because Cardi took her spot. She got replaced.
The same way Kim and them was a little upset at that. Kim and them was hating. The only thing is Kim brought that fire to thing, and she didn't bring that fire to Cardi. That's what I'm saying.
No, she didn't.
I didn't hear it. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. So you know, all of y'all that she might be, she's. I'm sure she's smarter than we think she is because the Democrats, because if it was the Republicans, she would be like, she's an idiot, and all the Republicans trying to use her. So you don't think the Democrats doing the same damn thing? You think those Democrats that do not even know the culture like that have invited her because she's Cardi B? Oh, I'm sorry, Katrina Rodriguez, because that's what y'all say. She's Katrina Rodriguez. She said, that You know, she said a lot of positive things. You know what I'm saying? She said hi to a young man that had HIV. And last Thursday, she bought McDonald's for everybody at the White House. All right, let me stop. I'm just joking. Let me stop.
No, you gotta confuse with the orange man.
30 for 30, Katrina Rodriguez. And you know, so Katrina is the one we're gonna go. But yeah, I'm gonna rap because I'm getting in trouble for not blowing out birthday candles and stuff.
Yeah, facts. So with that being said,
What the Fuego every week? That's what we do.
Yes. What the Fuego with Mr. Fuego Beats, like we always do, man. I'd like to thank and Katrina.
Rodriguez for everything.
It's a Spanish hurricane. But yo, shout out to Katrina, the Spanish hurricane. Yo, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Love y'all. I apologize. I know we were supposed to go Facebook Live, but unfortunately the Facebook Live was not working with us today. So guess what? I am posting this, as you can see, tonight. I'm just gonna post this and y'all enjoy. I hope we please y'all of our talks. No commercials free. Let me know if y'all like the no commercials free. I will appreciate the feedback. You know, I would do away with music. We could just go straight into topics. Keep y'all going. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the show, because we always love to support the indie. We got indie DJs on the mix.
Yes.
After the show. So we're going to leave that little block. We're going to leave that little 10-minute slot, something like that, maybe even 30.
30. We're thinking 30.
But also artists. Definitely do that. Submit, because the DJs will spin you.
Facts.
And that's what they want to do, because we don't want to get violated by YouTube and all that. So
yeah, we gotta.
Indie music. We need to pump that.
We gotta work it out. We gotta try to work this out. Even if we do a separate shit, we gotta make it work it. But anyways, yo, I thank y'all, love y'all, and like we always say at the end of every show, God over everything.
Peace.
Deuce.